Welcome back to the Academic Aviation channel. Today we're going to be looking at 10 things new Microsoft Flight Simulator players must know. Now if you're experienced flight sim players and those who've been playing since release, these tips may seem a little obvious and unhelpful, but for those new to the sim, maybe haven't got it on Xbox release day, or simply those who don't hop on it as much, these tips will improve your experience and enjoyment whilst in the flight simulator. So let's get into the 10 things new Microsoft Flight Simulator players must know. Number 1. You can download individual regions of scenery to save bandwidth if you have slow internet or a data cap. One of the most impressive aspects of the new Microsoft Flight Simulator is the photogrammetry that improves scenery we fly over massively, making it more immersive and realistic, and was one of the biggest selling points for the sim at launch. A lot of this live model data for the area you're in is streamed in or downloaded in as you fly in real time, and is often gigabytes worth of data needing to be downloaded live. If you have a data cap, you might not want to use a ton of your allowance every time you load into the sim, and likewise, if you have slow internet, you may encounter visual errors or half-loaded in data as you struggle to download what is needed, and in some cases, photogrammetry is automatically turned off if the game feels you don't have a strong enough connection. To get around this, you can pre-download regions so that once you've downloaded an area once, it never needs to be downloaded again. To make this video not go on too long, and because he's so much better at explaining it than me, I've put a link to VR Flight World's how-to video on this below. Overall, if you have a data cap or a slow connection speed and still want photogrammetry to get the highest quality scenery, this might just be the way for you. Number 2. Check the marketplace and download the free world updates. As the Microsoft Flight Simulator team are constantly updating the sim, we get world updates for individual regions and countries rolling out often. So far, we've had world updates for the Nordics, the USA, the UK and Ireland, Japan, and the Benelux countries, France, Belgium, the Netherlands and Luxembourg. If you want to make sure you have the best and most updated version of each area, you're going to want to install the world updates available for free in the marketplace. Now, as frustrating as this may be, after waiting ages for the base game to download, it really is worth it to get these updates, as they improve airports, cities and the landscape so much, and also include new POIs, landing challenges and bus trips for the updated regions. Unfortunately, the game doesn't come with these installed, which I get is annoying, so they can be easy to miss, which is why I'm putting them in the list. Number 3. You can create all sorts of weather conditions in the sim. At face value, you can select different levels of cloud, a few different conditions such as rain, snow and thunder. I mean, that's great, right, isn't it? Well no, you can actually do more than that. If you go into the custom weather settings, you're able to customise how heavy the rainfall is in millimetres an hour, the exact pressure setting, you can create fog and mist using the aerosol density, adjust the exact level of the cloud base and coverage. You can also alter the wind speed, direction and even the amount of gusts per minute to fit your needs. There's so much depth you can go into when it comes to weather that it feels a shame just to use the basic weather options available. Number 4. You can choose to start anywhere in the world. Yes, anywhere. At first you may think you can only spawn at airports or maybe the odd POI around the world. But don't worry, I originally did too. However, you can actually spawn literally anywhere on the planet just by clicking that exact place on the world map. So if you want to spawn at your house or your school or where you work, all you have to do is find it on the map and click on it, and you will be spawned in your aircraft directly above it. This is great if you want to get straight into the action and don't want to mess around with a taxiing on the takeoff. You want to get straight to where you want to be, straight away. This is how you do it. Number 5. Finding animals around the planet. Another one of the coolest things in the Microsoft Flight Simulator trailer was the addition of animals roaming around different habitats around the planet. From elephants to seagulls, there's plenty to look at and search for. The quickest way to find these is to go to the world map and in the search bar on the left type in fauna, F-A-U-N-A. Here it will list all the types of animals available to look at, and when clicked on, will allow you to spawn right over where they are, for quick and easy access to all the different types of animals in the sim. Right, wait there. I'm just going to interrupt here before we go on to the next tip. So I've just been gathering clips to use in the background of different fauna, and I managed to capture a player so fascinated by the hippos that it ended up costing him his life. You know, I don't know if you thought it was Moto or anything, but I sure hope it was worth it. Here, take a look for yourself. Number 6. Complete flight training. It will really help you massively. A lot of the time you skip the tutorial in games, as let's be honest, most of the time they're long and unneeded. However, for newcomers, in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, tutorials are excellent as it enables you to first of all learn the controls with whatever you're using, be that a mouse, keyboard, controller or joystick, and most importantly, it brings you through all the basics of flying a plane, from how to take off and land smoothly, how to fly circuits, navigate, and even flying an airliner, setting you up for any aircraft you'd like to use or try in the sim, giving you a head start when you hop into the sim, making your experience more enjoyable from the get-go, getting rid of the stresses of not really knowing what you're doing. Number 7 is using active pause. Active pause works similar to a typical pause button you would find in any other sim or game. However, in Microsoft Flight Simulator it allows you to still flick switches and look around even whilst your aircraft is paused. It's great if you've left it too late to set up the autopilot or complete the landing checklist, or even if you're over your house and you want to pause to take a better look while still being able to look around and zoom in. It's also very fun to use when trying to take off large airliners from small runways, but I'll let you discover that one for yourself. Number 8, you can change your pilot character look in the settings. Now I understand this is more of a novelty change, but nonetheless it's easily looked over, and let's be honest, we all have a bit of character customization. If you go to options, general options, then down to miscellaneous, you can change which pilot or character model you want to use. As I said, a small, not really important option, but really cool nonetheless. Number 9, using the flight assistant. By clicking on the flight assistant at the top of your screen when you're loaded into the sim, you can come by a lot of things that can help you, especially when new to the sim. It allows you to get directions straight to certain landmarks, cities and even fauna. You can also have a taxi line given to you, allowing you to navigate around airports whilst on the ground, which can be a real problem for less experienced players, especially if you've never been to the airport before. There are many more options that can help you whilst flying, such as the anti-stall protection and even an auto trim to make the plane smoother to fly. There's even a section at the bottom which tells you the takeoff, landing and stall speeds of the aircraft you are in, all helping you to learn the ropes when new to Flight Simulator. And finally, coming in at number 10, you can skip forward to different parts of the flight. Whether you're on a long-haul transatlantic flight or a simple hop to another local airport, you can skip forward to major parts of the flight using the Travel To tab at the top of the screen in the sim. This enables you to skip to takeoff, cruise, descent, approach, landing and taxi. So if you're not into the long waits in between checkpoints or just want to practice your approaches at a certain airport, you can hop between different parts of the flight very easily using this tab. And that's all guys, I really hope you learned something new today, whether you're new or experienced simmer. If there's something I missed that you think will help the newcomers to the hobby, do comment it below as I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe if you like this type of flight simulator content, as I do it every single week. And be sure to check out my other videos where I check out the best freeware and payware aircraft available at the moment in the sim. But for now, that's all guys. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you later.